You know, this was so bad that I had to post on this Beck video, and I lost all subtlety. I try to be a little more tactful when I post on Beck's forum because I know that they are right-wing shills, and if I try to appeal to them in a softer manner, maybe they'll realize communism is not this all-encompassing evil, but in fact everything they're experiencing right now that is evil is thanks to capitalism. But regardless, this video just illustrates all that's wrong with people, regardless of what they claim to be. Because this guy is trying to ask Van Jones a question. Now, mind you, we know this is baiting him. Van Jones knows that this guy is clearly some young Republican and is just, pulling his leg, and, so he refuses to answer him, which is perfectly fine. But then his mob followers, start cornering him, pushing him around, telling him that he needs to leave, and that they'll escort him out, maybe they'll call security, blah, 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 and then, they make it out like, ooh, this is mass censorship, oh no, like that Family Guy. But no, this isn't mass censorship if you consider the fact that this happens all the fucking time. This always happens whenever an journalist asks anybody anything. We don't have freedom of press in America. Every time the press tries to do anything, this always happens. Security always gets up in their face, covers the camera, treats them like shit. That's not freedom. That's just trying to ask a question and being like, oh, okay, I guess I can't. I guess I'll leave. That's not what journalists do. If that bitch had gone up in my face, I would have smacked her. Because you don't fucking fuck with the journalists. We are people. We have rights. We deserve respect. And, if we want our questions answered, you better fucking answer them. That's how journalists roll. Journalists are the investigators of spirit. They are the investigators of truth. They are the investigators of justice. A journalist should believe the shit they say. But we don't have journalists. We have more corporate shills pretending to be martyrs so that they can whine on camera, I got oppressed and censored, But meanwhile, they support the same goddamn thing. I don't want to hear from anybody about fucking censorship if you support people being able to ban you. It's that simple. The fact is that what just happened on this video is no different than an internet forum. It was a bunch of people puffing up their chests, my forum, my dick, my property, disregarding constitutional rights, disregarding freedom of the press, disregarding freedom of speech, disregarding freedom of information, disregarding freedom to be able to just go up to somebody and ask them a fucking question, disregarding all of that, and just, I own some land and some walls, therefore I can rub my dick in your face. That's what this comes down to, and that's what I am fighting against. But most of the people commenting on my YouTube page are too fucking stupid to understand that. For every one person that's smart and actually gets it, there's like 50 other people that are just complete dumb fucks that don't comprehend how much this affects their daily lives. And that's the problem with our society. And, it goes much deeper than on the internet. But the internet, it's the most blatant. And if we had real freedom on the internet, I think by extension we would have much more freedom in real life. Because then we could share information online, and from there things would work themselves out. But until we mentally are prepared for freedom, we are never going to be physically prepared for it. We're never going to have it until we think we can have it. Because you know what? There is no limitations on the internet. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to say what the fuck you want on the internet. No one's life is at stake. There's no physical body there to push you around. But it happens anyway, because mentally, people want to be controlled. People want others to control them. They want to do the controlling. It's some sick shit. And No one on the right or left has a right to complain about it. Because if the right's going to complain about censorship, then stop supporting capitalism. Because capitalism is what leads to censorship, because someone has the right to throw you off their property, and thereby, by extension, fuck with every single liberty you have. So don't fucking tell me about censorship. You're the reason there is censorship in the first place. And don't fucking tell me that you're left-wing and then turn around and ban people. You're not. You either support capitalism because you support the idea of my property, my dick, and therefore banning people, or at the very least, you support class hierarchy because you support the idea of a moderator being above everybody else and being able to command the serfs however he sees fit, and nobody can say anything about it. That's not fucking left-wing. That's just fucking authoritarianism, it's totalitarianism, whatever you want to call it. It's right-wing bullshit either way. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of trying to pretend that, these people are just misguided. They're not misguided. They know better. No one can possibly be that stupid. And if they're that stupid, then they need to just shut up. Because they're too dumb to fucking breathe. Let alone help defend our civil liberties. And it pisses me off. Because I have to pay for it. I have to pay for it with my rights because other people are just too evil or too dumb to comprehend how this all works. And that's all I have to say.